Welcome to the TMZ podcast. My name is Tony, filling in for Branson, and I'm joined by Devin, who is normally with us in the morning.
What's going on? Thanks for having me.
Yes.
I feel like a guest.
It feels weird. You usually lead the podcast off when.
Yeah, I like switching it up every once in a while.
Yeah.
You know, I'm more of the morning guy, so I'm gonna let you kind of lead us on our way.
Yeah, we're it's Friday, so you know it's the end of the day.
I think everyone's ready for the weekend.
Yes. So we do have some updates in the Nancy Guthrie case. We just got some newly released notes that offered a little bit more insight into what happened right after we got that the Ring doorbell camera video. So we got some new notes for that. Plus, we'll talk about a whole bunch of other stories. But first, let's get into Nancy Guthrie. So a newly released note claims Nancy Guthrie died shortly after she was kidnapped from her Tucson, Arizona home. The Pima County Sheriff's Department released two notes originally received by Tucson news outlet. And the first ransom demand was received February 2nd. The second note was received February 6th. The second note was addressed to the Guthrie family and stated, quote, "We did not fully grasp the seriousness of her physical condition. We never intended to hurt her. That was not our intention. She perished shortly after she was taken. We believe it was we believe it was heart related." The writer claimed Nancy is buried in nature. Nothing you could have done could have changed the outcome. And the note concluded, "We want your family to know this and hope you can all find peace. We are truly sorry."
Yeah, so the second note is obviously the interesting thing here. So this was a release that was done by the Pima County Sheriffs today, because it's been 6 months, obviously, since she went missing. So kind of on the anniversary, basically they put out this big press release where they're like, hey, we're going to put out some information, nothing really new. It kind of just summed up what we already know about the case, hoping and pleading that someone in the community who knows something will reach out and say something. The second note is interesting because I think this is the first time we've seen, I know the Pima County Sheriffs aren't officially declaring her dead, and because they have no reason to believe that she is yet, or at least like concrete proof. But this is the first, documented information of this, alleged ransom note where they essentially told the Guthrie family that she had passed shortly after and that they had buried her. Which it all kind of lines up because obviously these notes made their way to the Guthrie family, and Savannah, she went from, demanding, hoping, not demanding, I don't think that's the correct word, but pleading with the kidnappers to return her mom. And then remember, she released that second video where they were just saying that they wanted her, her family to be able to grieve properly, and it was kind of insinuating that she had reason to believe her mom's dead, and now we know that it was clearly from this second ransom note.
So you mentioned the public, about the investigators asking the public for help, and it's interesting when you compare this newly released note to the other notes and similar linguistic styles. The investigators are asking the public to examine, and to me, it sort of aligns to what we've received as well.
Yeah, because we had a separate, obviously we detailed all the separate emails, the notes that we were given, but those were separate. That was someone claiming to know the people involved.
I'm talking about the initial ransom.
Oh, yeah, the initial one. But yeah, so, I mean, I know they're saying, examine the notes. I mean, they're emails, and I guess maybe, and I don't know how you necessarily distinguish someone's writing style. I think that more so like what we've talked about, there's a better chance that there's someone who knows who these people are or knows something about it, whether, around this time they missed work or changed their appearance around this time. Like they're looking for like any little things. Because obviously they also know in the release the two ring cam videos, which obviously you can't tell what the person looks like. But, I mean, it's good, I guess, that they're releasing, but also from the outside looking in, it seems to me like they clearly don't have any leads.
No,
because they're at this point, they're kind of grasping at straws.
That's what's the most puzzling thing to me. Like I said, I've been saying on other podcasts, and I just think in general in today's age, with all the cameras that are out there, like we have cameras on cars, we have ring doorbell cameras, we have our phones, we have everything. I just don't understand how we have nothing 6 months after she disappeared. This whole case is puzzling, and I really feel for the Guthrie family and any victims out there who are involved in kidnapping and their families as well, but especially the Guthrie family.
No, I thought the same thing, and I know we've talked about it about in today's day and age, how could someone get away with a crime like this? I also haven't been to Tucson, but for the people who have, it's pretty desolate, and it's not like there's cameras on traffic lights and stuff like that. And the homes are a little bit further back from the road. So it's probably hard for Ring cameras to actually pick up what the car or make or model or people walking by. But yeah, I mean, they released basically, it's kind of just a last ditch effort plea for anyone who knows anything to please come forward. But yeah, it seems like if you were to believe these ransom notes that were received by the local outlets at the time, that she passed shortly after. And I think at this point, any person that's probably, I mean, obviously you hope she's alive, but any rational person, because of her health issues and needing her medication, would imagine that 6 months later, she's probably no longer with us. But at the same time, I think just the closure of the family, finding out where she is, getting her body, finding out who's responsible.
Somebody needs to do the right thing and be these guys aren't good human beings, but they need to do the right thing and give this family closure. Like I said, the whole situation is just sad, and it really makes me wonder how many people are involved, because they keep saying we. And
it's definitely multiple.
It's definitely,
there's no way.
It makes you wonder how if somebody can just vanish like that. It just, especially in today's age, it just makes you wonder how many people were involved.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah. All right, moving on from that to Tony Romo, and this was a shocker to me. So obviously, if you guys haven't heard, Tony Romo was arrested on July 23rd after officers suspected he had been driving while intoxicated, and he's been placed on leave by CBS Sports, and he's been doing this for a long time. And like I said, this is just shocking to me. I didn't think that, because we obviously know he didn't take the breathalyzer test, and he's doing court next month, and this is all pending, and it just feels really quick. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not super shocked. I mean, regardless of whether or not he ends up, getting off on these charges, obviously not a good look for CBS. The body cam goes viral. Whether or not you believe that he was, drinking at the time, that still has yet to be determined. But, they did find out an open container in his car. I wouldn't say he passed the sobriety test with flying colors, and obviously the people at CBS clearly saw the video. Also, him refusing to take the breathalyzer. I mean, I know like what he says is his attorney told him never to take it. I've heard that same thing from people. But at the same time, it's like, if you weren't drinking, why wouldn't you just take it? Because you have clearly nothing to hide. So it kind of makes you look guilty. I
would say, do you think he looks I'm about to play the B-roll right now, guys. Sorry for not playing it. But do you think he looks drunk?
I don't think he looks drunk. I don't know if it's totally clear in the entire interaction if he had something to drink. I don't think he was drunk by any means.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that do not drink and drive at all. Right. But still, like it's.
I mean, he said he had zero drinks.
Right.
That's what he told the officer. Obviously, we'll see how it plays out in court. CBS it's a massive contract. I think it's like 10 years, almost $200 million that he originally signed with them. I'm not sure where it's into 2023. So he's like kind of in a little towards the tail end, I guess. Of his
2030.
Or 2030. That's what I meant to say. So I don't know. And also, if the verbiage also is interesting to me. It says that he is on leave until further notice following, the OWI arrest. But my thing is, like, is that saying they don't really clarify? Did that mean that they put him on leave, or is he stepping away to possibly, get help or just take some time away from his family? That to me was a little bit unclear based on the statement. And I mean, football season is like a month away. So it wouldn't shock me if he, despite, if he, wasn't drinking at the time and the charges are dropped or whatever, but it still might have been a time where he's like, hey, I need to step away from all this and, be.
Do you think Tony Romo's a good commentator? I'm really.
Well, a lot of people don't like him.
I know a lot.
Early on, I feel like he was beloved with like all of his predicting the plays before it happened.
And I love that. I think that's like I think that's as I'm a diehard football fan, as you know, and just watching just from you don't even have to have like be fully into the game that you're watching, but hearing him break down like, all right, this is what the offense doing, and this is what the defense doing, this is how they're lined up, all that stuff. I think he's entertaining.
No,
but
yeah,
he definitely has his moments where I definitely
they're like, Jim, like he gets mocked a lot online for that. I don't know, it's pretty, but
that's a pretty good.
But yeah, no, his football knowledge is obviously through the charts. I think he's a good commentator. I don't think CBS is going to let him go. I think this is him.
There's too much money involved.
That, and like you said, he is probably beloved by CBS and does a good job for them. So I think regardless of anything, it's obviously kind of an embarrassing situation with the body cam coming out. So maybe this is just him stepping away. But I guess JJ Watt is going to be replacing him during his absence.
I think
who JJ Watt's pretty good.
I think last season or season before was like him getting into it, and he was decent.
Yeah, he's decent. But
he's got to just get more experience, and I think he'll find his rhythm. But
but we'll see. I think we'll see Tony Romo come football season. We still have a month. I think this is going to be temporary.
Football season can't come fast enough.
Seriously.
All right, our final story, a little bit of a somber one. Brittany Griner has filed for divorce from her wife, Sherelle Griner. She filed the divorce petition Thursday, and she listed her separation date as July 24th, which I think I just repeat myself. Sorry about that. She stated that the marriage is irretrievably broken, and they've been together for a long time. I remember seeing these two, Brittany Griner's wife, Sherelle, in general, when she was advocating for Brittany Griner to get out of prison in Russia because she was arrested on possessing. Yeah,
so Sherelle, obviously sad situation. They have a kid, so that's always sad. They're married in 2018, so they've been together for some time. But I mean, I've been seeing this, and I kind of felt the same way. So Sherelle is an attorney, and she was a huge advocate for getting Brittany Griner out of Russia. And it's like, I mean, I don't know what the hell is going on in their relationship because they posted like not too long ago all lovey-dovey. Really, so I don't know if something happened, but it's like, dude, if my significant other gets me out of Russia, like I don't care what speed bumps we have. Yeah. We're gonna figure these things out.
I was shocked when I seen this. This just like I said, shocked.
And I feel like something happened, like based off of these photos and videos of them like being a lovey-dovey family like a week ago. I don't know what happened, but something happened, and I'm sure it will come out eventually. Because like, dude, she got her out of a Russian prison. It's like
they do not play over
You're forever in debt to that person who helped you get out.
Yeah. I like I said, when this came through the timeline, I have no other words.
Is Brittany Griner still playing basketball?
Yeah, she's doing really well this season.
Does she play in the WNBA?
She plays for the Connecticut Sun.
Oh, right, because she was over in Russia because at the time, I mean, I think their salaries are going up because of like the whole what's her name, Caitlin Clark situation, and bringing more popularity to because at the time she was in Russia because they don't make enough in the WNBA that she would then in the off season have to play in
Russia,
in like other countries to make money, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, sad. Obviously, like I said, they have a kid involved, but I need to find out more about what happened here.
A little side note. What did you think about Paige Beckers and Angel Reese? That whole betting thing. Do you believe that statement that it was joke?
Yeah, I to be honest, I know people are like all up in arms. I didn't really care. It was a $400 bet. I thought the only funny thing about that whole situation was the fact that the WNBA was the ones who actually put the content out.
That's the crazy. Like that's the crazy part.
Like, how do you guys not know that it's probably a bad look to have two of your stars technically breaking the rules of the
it's in the collective bargaining agreement, so they had to, like, if it's Angel Reese or if it's Paige Beckers doing like posting that, it's one thing.
They were betting $400 on an All-Star game. I'm not that concerned about it, to be honest with you.
All right, I think we'll end it there. We'll go read through a couple comments. Thank you guys for joining, and thank you, Devin.
Of course.
Let's see here. This Mary, Mother of God, says, "This poor woman, rest in heaven, Nancy. My heart hurts about this case and her poor children."
Yeah, it's like everyone needs some closure.
Yeah,
especially the family.
Yeah, it's we need answers at this point. It looks like that's about it. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you, Devin, and have a great weekend, everybody.
Yep.